In the previous class, we studied about what measurement is. We also studied about the fundamental physical quantities and the units in which those fundamental physical quantities are measured. Today, we will learn about how to measure those physical quantities, and we will begin with the measurement of the physical quantity length. To measure a physical quantity such as length, we use instruments such as the meter scale, as you can see on the screen. This is the meter scale. Or we use a Vernier Calliper or a screw gauge. Now any instrument provided with a graduated scale, that is any instrument which has a markings on them from which we take measurements, has a minimum limit for accuracy of the measurement it can take. That is the smallest measurement it can take accurately. And that smallest measurement that that particular instrument can take accurately is called the least count of that measuring instrument. Here we on the screen we have a scale, a meter scale with us, a very common scale which you all have used. Now if we are asked to find the least count of this particular instrument, that is the minimum value, minimum reading this particular instrument can take, then we can see that the minimum reading which it can take is this particular small division, this gap. This gap is the minimum reading this particular scale can take, and if you know, this gap is 1 mm, 1 millimeter. So we can say that the least count of this scale is 1 millimeter, or you can also say 0.1 centimeter. Now if you see, this particular least count has only one decimal place, so this particular scale cannot be used to take any reading which has two decimal places. Now suppose you are asked to find the length of this particular pencil. How will you proceed? So what you will do is you will take this pencil and try to place it, one end of it near the zero mark. Okay, you will try to place one end of it near the zero mark, and then you'll try to see where exactly the other end falls. So if you see this particular example, you can say that the length of the pencil is you see it is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 4, 5, 6, and then sixth division after it, so is 6.6 centimeter. Okay, so now you can see that this reading has only one decimal place after it. Now suppose you are given a piece of rod and you are asked to find the length of it. Now I've placed it, suppose, at the 2 centimeter mark. It doesn't matter whether you place it at the 0 centimeter mark, the one end at the 0. You have to place it at any known reading. Okay, so here you can see in this example it is placed at the 2 centimeter mark. But what you are supposed to note is that the other end is not lying exactly on any of these readings. It is lying somewhere in between, in the middle. Okay, over here. So if you are asked to find the length, what will be the length of this? So if you write that the length of the rod is, so you can say this is 1 centimeter and then this is 1.2. So if you write 1.2 centimeter, you know it is slightly more than 1.2 centimeter, but you cannot exactly find out what is the value, what is the correct measurement. If you write suppose 1.23, then that is also doubtful. Why? Because you never know whether it is 1.23 or 1.24 or 1.25. You cannot figure out. You can only take the correct reading up to one decimal place, like in this case. Okay, So that is what we mean by the smallest measurement this particular instrument can take is is having one decimal place in its least count. So you cannot take two decimal places from this particular scale. Also, you should know that if the scale, suppose the length came out to be 6 centimeter, if the length came out to be 6 centimeter, you should have written length of the pencil, suppose, equal to 6.0 centimeter. Always write in one decimal place. Why? Because the least count of this particular scale which you are using for measurement has one decimal place in the unit which you are writing. Okay, but if you write it in millimeter, suppose, you will write it as 60 millimeter without any decimal place. Why? Because in millimeter there is no decimal place for this particular instrument. Now from this example it is very much clear that a meter scale can be used to measure length correct only up to one decimal place. It cannot measure length up to second decimal place of a centimeter. That means two decimal places if we are measuring it in centimeter. So in order to overcome the limitation of this meter scale, there were instruments made, and one of those instruments is a vernier caliper. We have another instrument called the screw gauge, which we will discuss later on, but in this lesson today we'll be discussing next instrument for measuring length, which is a vernier caliper. Vernier caliper is an instrument used for measuring length which has a least count of this vernier caliper is 0.01 centimeter. That means it has two decimal places after it. So whenever we are required to measure any length of any object, we would go with the vernier caliper instead of the meter scale. This vernier caliper instrument was designed by Pierre Vernier and hence the name vernier caliper. Now caliper means any instrument with two jaws which are used to determine the length or the diameter of any object. As you can see in the diagram of the vernier caliper which I have shown over here, this is how vernier caliper looks like. So let us discuss the different parts it has. As you can see in the image, the first thing to be noted is that this vernier caliper has two scales. One scale is called the main scale and the other scale is called the vernier scale. So this particular scale, this one is the main scale, this straight one which is going, okay, this is the main scale, and this scale which is on top of it, this particular scale which is on top of it is the vernier scale. Okay, now the main scale also has a jaw and the vernier scale also has a jaw, and there are screws over here which are used to adjust the movement of the vernier scale on the main scale. So you can see this is the main scale and this is the vernier scale which slides over this main scale. Okay, now in the vernier caliper you have these two jaws. These jaws are called the outside jaws. What are they used for? If you want to find the length of any object, you place that object between these jaws, or if you want to find the suppose diameter of any round object, what you do is you place that round object between these jaws. Okay, between these jaws. Then you have these top jaws which are called the inner jaws. What are they used for? So the inner jaws are used for actually finding the internal diameter of any hollow pipe. You can see over here in the diagram. Then at the back you can see over here, this particular thing is the tail or the metallic strip. Now what is this used for? As you keep on sliding this, okay, the tail protrudes out, okay, it comes out. So what we can use it for is, it is used for finding the suppose the height of any hollow cylinder, okay, or the depth, you can say the depth of any hollow cylinder or beaker. Okay, so this is about the different parts of a vernier caliper. Now coming to what the least count of vernier caliper is and how to find the least count of any given vernier caliper. So you can see in the image over here, we have a vernier caliper whose jaws are closed. Okay, the jaws are closed, and then it is seen that this part, I have magnified this part and shown it over here. You can see that this marking which you have on the movable scale, on the vernier scale, is called the vernier scale. This is called the vernier scale, or the reading which you take from it will be the vernier scale reading. Okay, and the inside marking which you see, these marking, this is of the main scale. Okay, main scale. Now it is seen in this that there are 10 divisions, in the vernier scale. You can see that these are the divisions. So this is the 0 division, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So there are 10 divisions in the vernier scale, and if you notice closely that these 10 divisions of the vernier scale is actually coinciding with 9 divisions of the main scale. If you see closely, this is the first division of the main scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 divisions of the main scale, that is 9 millimeter. Okay, now I've magnified that particular image even further like this. So you can see over here, this is millimeter. So you can see that this is the vernier scale, the bottom one, this one is the vernier scale. Okay, the vernier scale, and this one is the main scale. So as I've already discussed, 10 divisions of the vernier scale coincides with 9 divisions of the main scale, or we can say that n divisions of the vernier scale coincides with or is equal to n minus 1 divisions of the main scale. Now this particular part, or this particular thing, is known as the principle of Vernier. Okay, now from here we can find the least count. If you see the diagram properly, this is one main scale division. From here till here is one main scale division. So this gap is one main scale division, and that is equal to 1 millimeter. And this gap which you see here, this gap from here to here, is one vernier scale division. Okay, one vernier scale division. And this difference between the readings, this gap which you see here between the main scale division and the vernier scale division, this difference is called the least count. This is called the least count. Okay, and we are supposed to find the least count of the vernier caliper. Now before doing that, we first need to find out the value of one vernier scale division. Like we know the value of one main scale division, so one main scale division equal to 1 mm. We know this value. So how do we find the value of one vernier scale division? So from the principle of vernier, we have 10 vernier scale division is equal to 9 main scale divisions, or we can say is equal to 9 millimeter. So 10 vernier scale division equal to 9 millimeter, or 1 vernier scale division is equal to 9 by 10 millimeter, which is equal to 0.9 millimeter. Now we have the value of one main scale division and one vernier scale division. So as you can see in the diagram, we know that the least count of this vernier caliper is equal to value of one main scale division minus value of one vernier scale division, and that is equal to 1 millimeter minus 0.9 millimeter, and that gives us 0.1 millimeter, and if we convert it into centimeter it becomes 0.01 centimeter. So you can see that the least count of the vernier caliper is having two decimal places. Okay, so any reading which we take from the vernier caliper will have two decimal places, so it is more accurate, more precise than a main scale. Okay, now there is another formula for the least count of a vernier caliper. Least count equal to value of one main scale division upon total number of divisions in the vernier scale. Okay, so this is the second formula, but know that this second formula has been derived from the principle of vernier. So only if the principle of vernier holds, that means if n divisions of the vernier coincides with n minus 1 divisions of the main scale, then only this formula works. Okay, but the first formula which we did, that is difference between one main scale division and one vernier scale division, will hold in all cases. Okay, it will hold in all case. Okay, so if you see from this particular formula, from the second formula, we know the value of one main scale division is 1 mm, and how many divisions are there in the vernier scale? So there are 10 divisions, so you get the value as 0.1 millimeter or 0.01 centimeter. Okay, so you can use the second formula also if you see that the principle of vernier is holding. Our next topic of discussion is a type of error which is known as zero error. So we will see what zero error is in case of a vernier caliper. Now what usually happens is, due to constant use of any instrument, wear and tear takes place, and because of these mechanical shocks and errors, what happens is the zero of the vernier scale will not coincide with the zero of the main scale. Okay, when the two jaws are close together. So if you can see from the earlier images, what we saw was when the jaws were close together, the zero of the vernier, this was the zero of the vernier, was coinciding, was in line with the zero of the main scale. Okay, zero of the main scale. But what will happen due to constant usage, it may happen that you can see in this particular image, in this second image which is here, you can see this is the zero of the main scale, but the zero of the vernier scale is lying somewhere here, so they are not coinciding. Okay, so this error which results due to mechanical shocks or wear and tear is called zero error. Okay, now you can see ideally we should be having the first case over here, that the zero of the vernier coinciding with the zero of the main scale. In this case there is no zero error, so we say zero error, or you can say ZE is nil. That means there is no zero error in this case. But if you see the second case, you can see after closing the jaws, the zero of the vernier is lying over here and the zero of the main scale is lying over here. So in this case, what is observed is that the zero of vernier scale is ahead, or you can say is in front, or is on the right side, you can use any of the term, of the zero of the main scale. So you can see this particular 0 and this particular 0, they're not coinciding, so this 0 is on the right of the main scale 0. So such type of error is called positive 0 error. Positive 0 error. Okay, so how do you find positive 0 error? So what you will do is you will see which division of the vernier scale is coinciding with the main scale. So in the image you can see this is the division 6 is coinciding with the main scale. Coinciding means it is coming in directly in line with the main scale. Okay, that is the coinciding division. So the 0 error can be calculated like this. So we can say the coinciding vernier scale division coinciding equal to 6. Therefore 0 error equal to, since it is a positive 0 error, you'll put plus and then you'll put 6 and then you will multiply it with the least count. Okay, so if you're taking the measurements in centimeter, so you will write plus 6 into 0.01 centimeter, and that is 0.06 centimeter. So that is the 0 error of this particular case 2. Now if we come to case 3, you can see in this particular case the 0 of the vernier is lying to the left, of the 0 of the main scale. Okay, so the 0 of the vernier is lying to the left of the 0 of the main scale. If this is the case, then the 0 error is said to be negative. So if the 0 error, the 0 of vernier scale is behind or on the left of the 0 of the main scale, then it is called negative 0 error. Negative 0 error. Okay, and how do you find the negative 0 error? So what you will do is you will first find the vernier scale division coinciding. So vernier scale division coinciding. So you can see in this case also it is the 6th division which is coinciding, so it is equal to 6. Now what you will do is note carefully, you will write 0 error equal to, you'll put a minus sign. Okay, and then you will subtract this division from the total division of the vernier scale. That means the total number of division the vernier scale is 10, so I'll subtract it from 10, so 10 minus 6 and then into least count. Okay, so it will come out to be minus 4 into 0.01 centimeter, so it is minus 0.04 centimeter. Now this was all about 0 error. Now what we need to do is, after we take reading from the vernier scale, which we will see now how to take the reading, in the end when you are done taking the reading from the vernier scale, you will always subtract the 0 error. So you can say that the correct reading will always be reading taken from the vernier caliper minus 0 error. Okay, so if the 0 error was positive, it will directly get subtracted. If the 0 error was negative, so it will become minus of minus 0 error, so it will get added. Okay, so more correctly you can write this as reading taken minus plus minus 0 error, whatever it was. Okay, so if it was positive 0 error, it will get subtracted. If it was negative 0 error, it will get added. Okay, Now let us see how we can take reading from a vernier caliper. Okay, so suppose you have a vernier caliper and you have placed any particular object between the jaws, the outside jaws of the vernier caliper. Suppose you are finding the length of this particular piece. Once you are in this particular situation, you can see that there are some readings shown here in the main scale, and there is some readings from the vernier scale which we are supposed to take. So how do we proceed? So what you first need to do is, you will first have to see what is the main scale division. Now in order to see that, make sure you notice where the zero of the vernier scale is lying. Okay, so in this case you can see the zero of the vernier scale is lying over here. It has just crossed this particular division. It has just crossed this particular division of the main scale. Okay, so the main scale reading, we say MSR, will be equal to whatever is the value of that green line which I have drawn above. Okay, so you can see it is 2 centimeter. So you will write 2.00 centimeter. Why? Because we are taking readings from the vernier, we'll be adding them up. Okay, so we are taking the readings from the vernier, we should always have two decimal places. So it is 2 centimeter. Okay, note that there is a very common mistake which the students do is, instead of taking this green mark which I have drawn over here, that is the mark which the zero of the vernier has just crossed, what they do is they take this particular reading of the main scale, where which is the first division visible from the vernier scale. Okay, no, this you don't have to do. You have to take the division, okay, which the zero of the vernier has just crossed. Okay, not this part, not this part. Okay, so the main scale reading is 2 centimeter. Now you are supposed to take the vernier scale reading. Now how do you take the vernier scale reading? So in order to take the vernier scale reading, you have to find the vernier scale division coinciding. Okay, vernier scale division coinciding. So if you see the vernier scale carefully, that means if you see this part carefully, this part actually, so you will observe that this line, you can see this line of the main scale is coming directly in line with the vernier scale. Others are slightly shifted. Okay, so this is the vernier scale division coinciding. So we need to count how much is this particular division. Okay, so this was 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is the fifth division. So the vernier scale division coinciding in this case is 5, or the fifth. So the vernier scale reading will be 5 into the least count, which is 5 into 0.01 centimeter, and that is 0.05 centimeter. Now suppose we assume that there was no zero error, so you'll write zero error equal to nil. Had there been zero error, whether positive or negative, you would have written over here. Okay, now what you will do is, in order to take the final reading or the correct reading, so the correct reading of the length will be equal to main scale reading plus the vernier scale reading minus the zero error. Okay, minus the zero error. So it will be, in this case, 2.00 plus 0.05 minus 0, because the zero error was nil, so it comes out to be 2.05 centimeter. So this is the correct reading of the length of that particular object from the vernier. Okay, now let us take another example. Suppose you have placed the objects between the outside jaws of the vernier caliper, and this is the situation where you have come across. Okay, so we need to find out what is the reading of this particular situation of the vernier caliper. So first thing is, we will find out the main scale reading. So the main scale reading will be equal to, what will be the division? So you can see this is the zero of the vernier, so it has just crossed this particular division of the main scale. So how much is this division? This is 5.3 centimeter. This is 5.3 centimeter. So MSR will be 5.30 centimeter, 2 decimal places. Okay, and then you will have to find out the division of the vernier scale which is coinciding. So if you see carefully, you can see that this particular division of the vernier scale is coming directly in line with the main scale. Okay, you can see they're coming directly in line. Okay, so this is the division we are supposed to find. So how much is that division? So vernier scale division coinciding equal to, you can say this is 0, so this is 1 2 3 4 5, and this is 6, so it is 6. So what is the vernier scale reading? Vernier scale reading will be 6 into least count. 6 into the least count is 0.01 centimeter, so that is 0.06 centimeter. And assuming that the zero error is nil in this case also, the correct reading or the final reading will be MSR plus VSR minus zero error, and that will give us 5.30 plus 0.06 minus 0, so that comes out to be 5.36 centimeter. So that is your answer for this particular case. So this is how you take readings from a vernier caliper. I hope the concepts are clear till now, like what is vernier caliper, what is the least count of a vernier caliper, and how to find the zero error of the vernier caliper, and how to take readings from the vernier caliper.